What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another reaction video. Remedy has dropped another developer diary for Control Resonant, this one titled Stepping into a New World. And yeah, if you've been following me, you'll know that this is one of my most anticipated games coming up. I loved the first Control. I've loved everything I've seen of this game, from the developer diaries to the extended gameplay walkthrough we saw for, I believe, Summer Game Fest not too long ago. The game just looks fantastic and I cannot wait. Speaking of games, there are so many games coming out in the next 2 months, and I'm trying my hardest to gather the funds needed to buy them, but it's a bit tough. So if you're willing and able, please check the link below and help me buy these games because there's just so many of them, and I really want to play all of them. So if you're willing and able, please check out the link and help me out. But regardless, enough of me talking. Let's get into it.
There's some similarities between these two.
If Jesse is a cat, Dylan is a dog.
It's more about finding a way to expand the experience.
Oh, spoilers for Control.
When we were concepting Control for the first time, one of the key statements that we had together with Sam was that it is a game that is not about the single protagonist. It is about the world. As you step into this world, we're witnessing it through a lens of a protagonist. That protagonist can change in every game, basically. And the idea of that is that this world is filled with these mysteries and forces that we don't understand, and the human reaction to those things is what is crucial to generate these different stories that you get to experience. That perspective and attitude of the protagonist is like the spice, is the salt that makes these experiences unique and distinctive and interesting. In the first game, Dylan
Very true.
became the face of the enemy. He was taken over by the Hiss, which is this strange supernatural force that we don't fully understand, but it possesses people. So we don't get to really see him, like who he truly is. Everything that he says is warped by this force. So when everybody sees him, they see a monster, they see something to be afraid of. But this force was cleansed away from him by Jesse at the end of the first game. So he has this complicated situation because he doesn't remember much about what happened. His mind is scrambled. He's trying to understand what happened to him. He's trying to understand.
I just have to say, this is like everything they're saying is so amazing. The details and the thought process, because it makes so much sense, especially if you played the first Control, that we didn't really get it. Like, you see Dylan and you talk to him, but it's like he said, it's warped. It's not really him. And like when we first saw him in like the new footage, we see like he looks haggard and he looks like regretful. Like it looked like he did maybe have snippets of of clarity, that he's just like he remembers what he did and he feels horrible about it. But here he's saying that he doesn't know anything and he scrambles. So I'm like, but regardless, this looks. I love what they're saying. I love the way they're they're stating that like the world is crazy and the hero, how they react, is what's exciting and what pulls you in, which is very, very true. I really like that.
And the new world that he's stepping into, he's trying to kind of figure that out. How do you deal with something like that? Because it's not really you who did all the things that happened in the past. Dylan, at his heart, he wants to help. He wants to be a person who can make a difference.
Control Dylan was depicted a little bit more antagonistically, and he was almost more of this deflated victim. And now, in the story of Control Resonant, when he's rising to the occasion and becomes this determined hero with some resolve, we really had to make sure that that is also, you can read that in his physical appearance as well. So we've been trying to find a more heroic and protagonistic look. This game has by far the deepest customization
Ooh.
options for the main character.
Yo.
And basically in any Remedy game.
Okay, no. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. Like, those costumes were crazy.
By far the deepest
Whoa.
customization
And I'm assuming they all have, like, they're all costumes and, like, their uniforms from, like, different divisions, maybe? Of the...
options.
Except for that one. That one's just straight up, like, high school. Wow. Okay, and then ability-wise, we have Barrage. Rip up 3 chunks out of the ground and throw them at a distance, at a distant target. Okay. Then Seekers. Summon an increasingly volatile telekinetic entity that attacks enemies and can be thrown and detonated.
Than basically
whoa, that's cool.
Remedy.
That's kind of like the things that you really couldn't deal with in Control. Cool.
Game combined so far.
Damn, the customization is gonna go ham. Your playstyle is gonna differ so much.
Control Resonant, we tried to make some similarities or differences between Dylan and Jessie. For example, Jessie has levitation, which looks very smooth and sometimes elegant, like how she does it. But then for Dylan, all these abilities are more harder to do. He can't maintain them as easily as Jessie did, so we actually tried to make it look like Dylan is not always in control of the abilities. And then when they are idling, Jessie is doing this motion in her idols, which we also then made Dylan do, so that there's some similarities between these two.
We have been jokingly saying that if Jessie is
a cat, what was that ability that he just like
a dog,
went to rage mode?
From this laser-focused boss lady that is Jessie, we go into this a little bit more impulsive fiilispelaaja as a Dylan, this sort of expressive person who wears their heart on their sleeve. And this same ethos then actually translates even into music direction. So in Control we had more these electronic droney soundscapes. And in Control Resonant we're exploring a lot more of the human angles, like a cappella voices and how to use the human voice in different ways. Or if we are using instruments, they are actually usually acoustic instruments, or at least something that you can hear the player play.
Yeah.
When we were concepting Control for the first time, one of the starting points was that it's not going to be about a single protagonist. It is about the world. And as we keep expanding that world, one way that we're going to tap into is to use different protagonists to give a different perspective upon that. And with the first Control game, it was all about Jessie discovering the oldest house. And now with the sequel, we step into the outside world and we see it through Dylan. It allows us to expand the world and also find a fresh new take through a new protagonist that might have a different feel, a different attitude about how they see it and experience it. Having said that, what's really important to us is that it all feels connected. The characters know each other, they have a sense of a shared fate and so on, so there's a continuity to it. It's not like we're kind of jumping into something completely different with every single game. It's more about finding a way to expand the experience through tapping into something that we already know, but then going into a new space.
So cool. Oh, so amazing. Cannot freaking wait. Oh. Alright guys, that was the newest developer diary for Control Resonant, stepping into a new world. And again, the game just looks amazing, and I love the way they explain their thought process, because it makes so much sense. Like you're able to follow that like ideal and ideologies and pillars along. Like, yes, that makes sense. I love the way they explain it. And the game just looks so freaking good. I'm so excited. I'm very intrigued by the fact that like the world is their main, like, is their crux, is like what the thing that makes all the games connect. But apparently, you know, there's gonna always be new, like, maybe not always, but like they made it sound like there's gonna always be new characters. Like the main character of a game is gonna always be different. Where it was Jesse before, now it's Dylan. So does that mean like in the future we're also just gonna be getting different characters? We're like, you know, are we gonna always constantly just not leave the characters behind, but they'll just, you know, they'll slowly become background characters while you continue to get new characters and experience it through them, the world through them. I'm very curious if that's what they meant and like what they're hinting at into the future. And then the whole thing with the customization, like, obviously combat, that was the main thing we've seen before. That looks like it's gonna be like very like customizable to like different play styles. But and then I know we had costumes for Jesse in the first Control, but the way he said there's even more customization in Control Resonant makes me wonder if we're gonna be able to like to mix and match pieces like headgear, chest, pants. Like, are we gonna be able to do like that type of stuff? Because I know there were some people who wanted that for Jesse in Control, the first one. But we just had like, you know, just different outfits in general. So I'm very curious to see if when they said customization, there's more of it in this one. If it comes down to like the clothes as well, in the sense of like you can mix and match and like maybe put things on individually, and it's not just one outfit, one outfit, one outfit. But again, the game looks amazing, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But those are my thoughts, that's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, so if you want, you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together one word, or you can click the link below, or you can watch me right here on YouTube. Just hit that notification button to know when I go live. But again, what are your thoughts on Control Resonant? Are these developer diaries making you more excited, or you're just, you know, you're already hyped enough? Like, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. But once again, please, with the whole thing with Sony, when it comes to physical copies, please, whenever possible, buy your games physical, especially those from Sony and Xbox. Show them that physical media is still needed, especially since, as it stands, our digital consumer protections are just not enough. So please, whenever possible, buy physical. I'm planning to buy Control Resonant physical. And then also, again, there are a shit ton of games coming out in the coming months, and I need help getting them all. So if you wouldn't mind, even if you're able, please check out the link below and help me buy some of these games, because I really need the help. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.